Good morning, nation. John here, late night. So this is going to be a short video, spoiler alert. Just got done with the live chat a short time ago. Again, to the folks over on Patreon and in the coffee club, awesome chat. Thank you for the support out of the side of YouTube. And with that, my last bit of coffee from our chat. How sad. Anyway, we're talking about total compliance or finally standing up this morning. Going to have a chat about good old San Francisco. San Francisco, look, they're one of those cities. You hate to profile everybody that lives in good old San Francisco, but something just ain't working out too well in places like San Francisco, Los Angeles, Portland, DC, New York City. You get the gist. So San Francisco has announced officially by the year 2027, all residential and commercial furnaces and water heaters will be fully electric. Meaning if you own one and it's natural gas, you will be a criminal in the year 2027 moving forward. This is all part of a initiative that they've been jamming through. Again, this is not the only city. There's several that have done this already, but the fine trend continues, son. Citywide emissions in San Francisco, they're saying these must be down by 60% by the year 2030. I keep hearing that year, 2030. Gee, I wonder what's so important about that year. Seems like every crisis or every piece of nonsensical legislation that pops up every morning, it's all pointed to the year 2030. I wonder what could be so daggone important about the year 2030. Surely this could not tie into, I don't know, a forum of multi-billionaires who are trying to play God, but I digress. Here's a direct quote here, okay, folks? If we want to be a city that leads, we need everyone to do their part. That's a direct quote from the article. I'll link the article down below. It was in mainstream media. But you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of that phrase, do your part. We need everyone to do their part. I'm so sick of hearing this. Now, some of this has to do with the pandemic, obviously. We heard this time and again. Do your part. Stand 6 feet away from each other, son. Do your part. You're on this side of the cereal aisle. You're on this side of the cereal aisle. Follow the arrows on the floor. Do your part. Wear a mask in to eat and then take it off. Do your part coming through the door. I'm not going to do my part. I'm not in San Francisco, but here's the deal. I'm sick and tired of this phrase. Why should I do my part? This is a great country, constitutional republic, and I love it. Or as Chewbacca would say, I freaking love it. But the thing is, my country, I'm not depending on my country for anything. They're depending on me. They're taking from me right now. I'm not taking from the government. Why should I do my part? I'm one of these people out here that is helping to hum right along. The government continues because of tax money. I'm paying taxes. I'm paying lots of taxes. Why should I have to do my part and play this masquerade? I saw a post, right? Plymouth Rock. It's been there for hundreds of years, right? It's still there. According to these climate scientists, this thing should be well underwater by now. Go back 100 years, look at a picture of the Statue of Liberty, go back to yesterday and look at a picture. Look at the water levels. They're the same, virtually. Why should I have to do my part? Why should I have to go through my home at some point and clear out everything that I've bought, bring in everything electric, play along with this charade when I know that we don't have the grid to support it? It kind of gets ridiculous after a while. Do your part is not good enough. I need actual science. I need actual good faith and good reasoning behind the decisions that are being made. Why does this stuff continue to happen in Los Angeles and New York City and San Francisco and Portland? Because nobody is asking for this. They're just simply toeing the line and they're doing their part. That brings us to this morning's topic. Will you stand up or will you comply? Because I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this video, if they haven't already taken it down, that's your choice. That is literally your only choice. This is not an A, B, C, or D, multiple choice deal. This is A or B. Are you going to comply? Are you going to complain about it and turn in your gas stoves anyway? Are you going to bring all this electric stuff in your home with smart technology to boot so it can be controlled, remotely? Or are you going to resist? Because it's nonsense. It's straight up nonsense. Are you going to resist? So we hear a lot about the Second Amendment. I'm going to pivot to the Second Amendment for a second, okay? We hear a lot about it. We hear a lot about how they have chipped away at the Second Amendment over the course of time, which they have. All right? You and I know that weapons of peace are inanimate objects. That these things, without ill intent, do not actually harm anyone. You know, you can sit one on the desk, you can lock your doors, drive to your local Winn-Dixie, and come on back later in the afternoon, and it's still sitting there. It's crazy, I know. But they don't actually do anything. They're instruments. And yet, we've heard this argument time and time again. You know, these things are violent. We must get rid of these things. We know better. We know better. And yet, this stuff continues to happen right here in front of our faces. And we're sitting around doing nothing about it. You know, being complicit and being compliant is what got us where we are with the Second Amendment. Being compliant got us where we were at, quite frankly, again, during the pandemic. I know everybody didn't play the game, but a lot of people did. A lot of people just became complacent. You can't be complacent. Every day, again, we wake up to this kind of crap. They're not being complacent. Every day they're bringing the hammer. Every day they're bringing the fight to the United States of America, to the citizens here. It's time to start fighting back legally, okay? No acts of violence, nothing illegal. But it's time to start standing up and calling this nonsense out for what it is. It's crap. It's crap. Greta Thunberg is on social media earlier this week deleting posts from 5 years ago. Because 5 years ago, she was predicting that if we don't do all of this craziness, within 5 years, the world's going to be a fireball. And you see, the issue is, now we're in 2023, 5 years later, and it's business as usual. You know, I mean, really and truly, everything that we see going on around us is tied to certain key players. We were talking about this just a little bit in the Patreon and Coffee Club chat. But when you get right down to it, I think I told them that left wing, right wing, same bird. Okay? WEF, UN, EU, same bird. They're all trying to accomplish the same thing in the end. And that is that the United States, if the United States falls, it is mission complete. Because then they get to install the world order. Are y'all getting that this morning? We are it. We are the last beacon of hope. We are the freest country left standing. And every single day, because of nonsense, they're stripping this away from us. And people are complaining. You know, but nothing's being done about it. People will complain on their way to comply. That ain't going to fly. That's not how you beat these people. All right? Because tomorrow morning, guess what? They're going to wake up. They're going to have a new mission statement. They're going to have some kind of legislation they're trying to jam through. They're never going to stop. Every single day they come hard, son. And it's time that we do the same thing. We can't sit back in the corner and shout and complain. All right? if you are still in one of these cities, I got to question where your head's at. I understand jobs. I understand families, and I understand, hey, maybe you're from San Francisco or something like that originally. But if you're a conservative or you're a red-blooded American, you've got to understand your city is gone. If you're in New York City, you've got to understand it's not the same city that it was 50 years ago, okay? The same with many of your liberal cities. It's time to get out. It's time to find a better way. And this is one of the many legal ways that you can punish tyrants. If you have wealth and you're still paying it, if you're paying taxes to the city of San Francisco and you're sitting there complaining but you're paying it, that's part of the problem. Get out. Take your wealth somewhere where it's appreciated. All right? I'm not saying it would ever be perfect anywhere that you go, but this kind of stuff is just stupid, man. You know, everything's going to be electric by the year 2030. And oh, by the way, we have rolling blackouts because we don't have enough electricity now. You understand what I'm saying? Either comply and just own the fact that you're going to, that eventually you're going to comply, or stand up. I don't know. That's the message this morning. God bless.